Hello, hello. This is Johnny Cycles with cyclesgaming.com, bringing you another edition of Keeping Modern Janky. I'm gonna start all this over here in a second. Let me just do what I gotta do. Ooh, Moonshadow, perfect. Too bad it's not a zombie. All right, so I'm playing Vengevine, Moonshadow, Psychic Frog, and yeah, that's what we're doing. So I'm thinking we'll see what our opponent gets up to. Uh, yeah, it's always so hard for me to talk when I'm like trying to make opening game decisions because it feels like those decisions you make in the very beginning of the game are often the most relevant, right? See if they want to kill this in response. We will go get. Yeah, I put a hedge maze in here, which is I guess why we need to have an untapped green and blue source. Creeping Chill is put in your graveyard from your library. You may exile it. Yes, we will put it into the graveyard and we will exile it. And we will drain you and gain some life. Now, oh, another one. We will play that. Play this. Try to grow our Moonshadow. Um, this guy is going to become a 4/4. The big red 1987. I wonder what they're going to do with all that mana over there. Path to exile. Yep. All that work. We'll use it. Shuffling away our Moonshadow. Alright, well, we got the frog. See if they can kill our frog, too. We got some things, right? We have, well, we shuffled away our Moonshadow. We do have this Otherworldly Gaze to help sculpt our draw. We can pitch some things to the frog if they try to bolt it. Make it out of range of a lightning bolt, at least. By getting rid of these two. We don't need either one. Alright, so while I wait on my opponent, yeah, so Vengevine, man, it's an old archetype. It's been a while for, it was tier 1, I think, for a while, then it kind of fell out of favor. And now, with Psychic Frog, I played it, Psychedelic Vine. Oh, I called it Psychedelic Frog Vine. And man, it's a tough archetype to play, in my opinion. And first, okay, yeah. But I'm hoping that I'm better at it now. To be quite honest. Oh, we shuffled and we still drew into a Moonshadow. So we will get this guy flying. Get rid of 1, 2, 3. Combat. Attack with all creatures. We will not do anything else. See what we draw. Play the Moonshadow. We can do this at instant speed, so we will go to our instep. Guess we could have played the Overrun Tomb and Creeping Chill there, but honestly, I think this is more important as a let's pitch it to the grow the Moonshadow slash Psychic Frog. Boros, I reckon. Yeah, that's pretty good. I want all those cards, honestly. Put into your graveyard. I don't think that's really what we're supposed to be doing. But I want all those cards. So we're playing Twilight Diviner alongside a Moonshadow, and that's kind of where um, why I didn't want to put it in the graveyard. So we're going to Surveil. We're going to see one card that we know about. I wonder if they have another Path to Exile. Alright, things are coming together. If we can... 1, 2, 3. Can give it first strike. I don't want to do anything yet. I want to be able to draw. Get double Vengevine. And my dog. Yes, I would like to use Vengevine's ability. And yes, I would like to copy the Vengevine. No response. Oh, it would have been nice to have seen a prized amalgam there. All right. I mean, that's what we're doing. What we came here to do. We came here to make a ton of creatures out of the graveyard. Multiple Vengevine. That's why the Twilight Diviner I think is a really powerful card. Hopefully our opponent doesn't have a sweeper. We just want to flood the board out of our graveyard and get value out of Twilight Diviner, which is exactly what we got. I wonder if they settle the record would be really bad for us. Creeping Chill number 2. So if we pitch, we can't give this flying. Oh, what's better? Just give it flying. So we can. This says it doesn't get haste. So we can attack for all. We're just going to go to combat. And yeah, we're gonna get rid of these, which makes us sad. Damage that would reduce your life total less than 1, reduces to 1 instead. Okay. So they're going to go to 1. So I guess we have no way to beat this? Is that the problem? We'll try. Man, we'll try it, but I don't think we. I don't think we can do anything about it, except for gaining some life. I don't see this deals damage, so we're not going to be able to do it. We don't have any fatal pushes for this. We have no way of beating. We have no way of beating this. Oh man. Do we have any outs to this little fortune thief? Well, we got to do our thing, which was pretty fun. Brash Taunter. Well, we're doing our thing. Now, is there anything we can... I don't know if there's anything in our deck that will get us out of this. Now, do we end up... Okay, so we're going to have to figure out the best way to do that. I think because... I'm not sure... Look at this board state. I love it, but look at the... We can't do anything. They're at 1, and they're going to stay at 1. We have no main deck removal. Oh, man. What a game. No main deck removal. So we can't... We have nothing to beat... we're just hosed. We're just straight up hosed by this Fortune Thief. I wish our opponent was more chatty, because this is hilarious. Okay, opponent, what you got? Stuffy doll. Oh, please, please. Blasphemous hacked me. And then, oh, man. What do we find? Twilight Diviner number 2. So yeah, this is our plan. This is what we want to do. We would just like to be able to attack into things. And so now we're going to concede because I only have so much time before we can go to... before I have to go take my daughter to her dance class. Alright, so yeah, we don't actually have any main deck removal. And this does damage, so we are kind of hosed. But we have a little bit of a alternative sideboard plan here. I don't think that's a triggered. It's a static ability, right? So we're going to try to... We're assuming our opponent's going to get rid of... He's going to bring in Rest in Pieces type of thing. So what do we want to get rid of? We want... So we have our... If you exile our things, we're fine with it. And then we still want Psychic Frog. I think we still want the Stitcher Supplier Moonshadow combo. And we get rid of the Bloodghasts. And then the Grave Crawlers. Yeah, man. A deck like this, from what I've seen at least on when I've played it in certain lists, you don't run a lot of interaction in the main deck. You're just hoping to execute your game plan. Mulligan that in a heartbeat. Keep and get rid of this Creeping Chill. So you're not looking to like interact with your opponent. You're just looking to overwhelm them. So unfortunately, a card like that, and you're just hosed. But we got to do what we wanted to do. And what we wanted to do was bring back things from the graveyard, double it up with Twilight Diviner, give our guy Moonshadow Menace. Unfortunately, it's 1 or more, so the we're not going to get like extra value out of it with by pitching 3 cards to Surveil. I definitely was hoping that was the case. And when this mills 3, it's 1 or more again. So it's not going to, unfortunately, reduce it by a lot. So yeah, I'm already thinking about some ways to change this build, but we'll see. Already got our hedge maze. Alright, well, we're going to try to sculpt our draw a little bit and get another counter taken off of this. We still have the hedge maze. It will slow us down when it comes to not getting the Twilight Diviner next turn. So now that card counts as 1 no matter what. So we're gonna put it into the graveyard because it's kind of a dead card at this point. All right, 4/4 on turn 2. That's pretty good for us. And we can always do the Frog or just Otherworldly Gaze next turn. Assassin's Trophy is good because we need an answer to that stupid Oh, I really want to play Cosmogoyf. Probably should have done that differently since we have this hedge maze and we want the Cosmogoyf. Cosmogoyf and Psychic Frog are kind of buddies. Keep it on top. And hopefully they don't kill our Stitcher Supplier and make us mill it. So Cosmogoyf is kind of sneaky because if they want to rest in peace us, that's like it's actually kind of okay. Ooh, deflecting palm. Yep. You got me, homie. Boom. So this is a deflecting damage deck. Alright. We also just have straight up the Assassin's Trophy to kill a rest in peace if we want. A Boros Reckoner. So do we want to just Twilight Diviner to maximize our... We have a couple things. I mean, the Reckoner we can get around. We don't die. I mean, we can play around it. So this, I think, well, I want to do Cosmogoyf because it will allow us to, if we draw into another land, we can Assassin's Trophy and Psychic Frog in the same turn, and then we can maybe just finish them off by, well, Assassin's Trophy the Boros Reckoner, if they don't have another follow-up. They can play another Reckoner. It's interesting because this has Menace, so they could just hold down the fort, but I guess no fear there. Okay, yeah. Give us an untapped land, I guess, and I think we... Well, they have a Path to Exile, so that's probably what's about to happen. Creeping Chill. This is now a 7/7. This is a 1/2. So here comes the Path to Exile. Gideon's Sacrifice. Choose a creature or planeswalker you control. All damage that would be dealt this turn to you and permanents you control is dealt to the chosen permanent instead. Who are they going to choose? Just destroy that in response. It's a very interesting deck from our opponent. Unfortunately, I think that still nerfs everything. And they have a Path to Exile because this gave them a land. We have double swamp, double forest, double island. I guess we'll do the... Alright, well, hopefully they... I mean, we got rid of one of our kill spells. So if they follow it up with that guy who shuts down damage, then we'll be in trouble. So many ways to stop our combat right now. Like Stuffy Doll, for instance. Yeah, Menace is important for that reason. The flyer is important too now. That's what we needed last turn, I think. So I mean, the creeping chill is not bad. It will like theoretically gain us a little bit of life. Yeah, I think we just want an island. So creeping chill would be great here. Moonshadow. Um, because we're kind of at the point where we're gonna need to. So whenever. So they're now at a point where they can ping us pretty well. Like 3 damage and 1 is 4. We go to 2. So this creep, we're gonna need a creeping chill just to stay alive. Anchor the gods. So now we go to 2, effectively. Never mind. How did that happen? Oh, it's 3. It's 3 to that. 3 to the Reckoner. We go to 6. Wow. That was frustrating. Whew, my math is wrong. I was thinking 1. Alright, well, that's too bad. Our opponent got us, man. What a deck. What a fun deck from our opponent. I'm a little frustrated. That was a little frustrating of a loss, in part because, man, that deck is surprisingly well positioned to fight what we're doing with shutting down the here it is, and shutting down combat on the ground, and then with no main deck removal, hosing that first game, and we weren't fast enough in game 2. Yeah, it feels like we did what we wanted to do kind of in both games, but our opponent just had what they needed to hose us. Anyway, it was a really interesting deck from our opponent. I like what they were doing, and I like some of the support pieces they're playing. I'm just still thinking about it. But all right, well, for cyclesgaming.com, this is Johnny Cycles. Hope y'all enjoyed that jank versus, well, one really janky deck versus a sort of kind of, I don't know, used to be a tier 1 deck. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Hello, hello. This is Johnny Cycles with cyclesgaming.com, bringing you another edition of Keeping Modern Janky. Full-time dad, part-time Magic player, looking to test out a Moonshadow and Twilight Diviner in a Vengevine shell. So we have Psychic Frog as one of our key pieces. Fatal Pushes I added as a necessary evil over Creeping Chill. We'll see if that's a bad thing or not. Sire 7 Deaths. Can we defeat Sire 7 Deaths? Alright, well, we need a blue source. Hopefully we will find one. But our opponent has got some big mana things coming. Yeah, so I played Vengevine before. Psychedelic Frogvine is what I called it, and it's fun. It's hard though. It's definitely a mechanic or a archetype I'm not that great with. It takes practice, like any archetype, but this one I think is a little bit more counterintuitive than I'm used to at least. Another Moonshadow. Okay. This is an odd draw. I mean, we did keep a 2-lander with 2 Fatal Pushes and no blue source. They had 2 blue spells, so maybe that's on us. Moonshadow number 2, different art. Our opponent doesn't have Tron online yet. We're representing a lot of damage should we ever actually find a way to fill our graveyard. So I took out the Creeping Chills for Fatal Push, and then I'm trying 2 copies of Wonder and 2 copies of Cure just as a way to filter. Well, they're going to kill that. Gets exiled. Cure is a way to draw and filter. Just fill our graveyard, dig for what we need. Wonder as a way to give our creatures evasion and not get locked down by a whole board full of Eldrazi spawn tokens, for instance. Okay. There's our Kiora, right on time. Still can't find a blue source though. Awkward. And I'm playing 21 lands, so I think a lot of Vengevine decks are going to play 19, 18 lands, and we're just not gonna. We're going to be playing far less, and or sorry, I'm just frustrated with this draw. We're playing 21 lands, which I think a lot of Vengevine decks will be playing 19 or less. So we're playing more, but you know, it is what it is. I mean, we could block, just let it die to fatal push that thing, but I don't really think that's what we want to be doing. Alright, well, this has been fun, folks. Cannot find a land. I mean, we might as well play this thing. Even though now we don't have Fatal Push mana up for the Glaring Fleshbreaker. Opponent's got 0 colored mana over there, but they have a lot of mana. So here comes a big Kozilek's Command. Followed by who knows what horror. But yeah, just really unlucky on the land front. Fatal Pushes are not as bad as I thought they'd be. Now, if they're going to be playing this Fleshbreaker combo, because we do want to be able to answer to it. Have an answer to it, but just not finding a second land. Some rough beats. So we're going to get drained. Exile the Moonshadow. It's F6. They could just play a Lord here and then straight up kill us from there. Another Fleshbreaker. I mean, really at this point, I'm not sure it even matters. They have 2 cards in hand, though. We don't have any real good. We have double Fatal Push, so we can get rid of their Fleshbreakers if we can get a fetch land, and it is a swamp. Oh man. Okay. Cool. That's cool. They're not. I mean, they can just block with an Eldrazi token, or they can just take it. You know, it's okay. I can't believe how badly we're getting hosed on mana. Is this the 3rd Kozilek's Command from our opponent? Looks like it. Man. What a draw from our opponent. Double Glaring Fleshbreakers and triple Kozilek's Command. That's insane. Well, as unlucky as we got, our opponent got super lucky. So we'll see if we can find... Man, brutal. Look at this. Alright. Well, what can we do? Consign to memories, I suppose. Guess bring in everything that we wanted to... Fatal Pushes are not bad, really. Are they even going to bring in Graveyard Hate against us? I don't know. Let's take out some of our graveyard strategy. I don't want to get rid of the Fatal Pushes. I mean, maybe we just... it's painful, but I mean, whatever. I'm going to go this route and assume they're going to bring in something to hose our graveyard. I assume they know we're a graveyard deck after seeing Otherworldly Gaze and Bloodghast. Man, we have... We have our... I mean, we got a mulligan. I don't think... That's just so much interaction and 0 pressure. Now we have And now we have pressure, but no, no interaction. You can't have it all, I guess. We will do a. I guess we're gonna go Psychic Frog route to start. Does give us something to pitch, but I don't think we want another land at this point. All right. Well, there we go. We have blue. We are a blue deck. See, opponent. We're not just a black and green deck. I mean, they know because we got rid of that otherworldly gaze that we were into blue as well. But so yeah, at this point, we would really like. We would just like a 1 mana creature that we took out of our deck, I think. Alright, well, I mean, if we could ever find something, we have double Vengevine and a Prized Amalgam. It's pretty good. Pretty good for us. They're going to go get a land. And yeah, Psychic Frog is a really powerful tool for Vengevine. As you see, we just pitch all of the things we want to bring back for value. We need to get a black-green source again. Or black-blue, I suppose we can do. But we do have the Vengevine in hand. Fatal Push. Put that into the graveyard. Yeah, this is where we wish we had kept our one drops. Otherworldly Gaze. We kind of want all of those, don't we? So we can do this into the library. Of course, we don't have a blue source for that consigned to memory. So that was a mistake. I'm going to kill our frog, I guess. Kozilek's command. Gotta love the Kozilek's command, man. Got a nice little 1-2. Okay, well, maybe we have set ourselves up for a very slow set of turns because we are drawing into a consigned to memory, which is probably going to be too late after they have a really big turn right now. And then we're drawing into a land, I believe. We're really leaning hard on that frog. Ugin. Yep. So this is where our consigned to memory would have been really nice. Alright, well, for cyclesgaming.com, this is Johnny Cycles. I will catch y'all on the next one. Whew. Hello, hello, this is Johnny Cycles with cyclesgaming.com, bringing you another edition of Keeping Modern Janky. Man, the one-lander. I just... We got a lot of what we want, but we only have one land. And do we dare mulligan? Man, yeah, I think we have to. Okay, so this is better. Put a card on the bottom. So I think we will get rid of that. All right, so I mean, what? Okay, Vengevine. It's kind of an old archetype. It used to be very powerful with tier 1. Psychic Frog's a great addition to it. Trying it with Moonshadow and Twilight Diviner. And I've said it before, it's just, it feels very difficult, I guess, as a archetype for me. And why that is, it's because you do things a little bit differently. I feel like it's a little bit counterintuitive to the normal way of playing decks. So, like, for instance, you have some lands, you have action, you usually want to pitch, put that land in the graveyard in order to find more action, but we want our action in the graveyard, and we need to make our land drop. So you keep the land and hope to, and then you have my otherworldly gazes to pitch things into the yard or get things into the yard to then bring back. That's one way. Let's see if they go ahead and fatal push our frog, which is fine. We can put the Vengevine in the yard. There's also like things I'm used to doing post combat. You want to do pre combat with this deck. So anyway, it's a learning curve. I've played it before, obviously, and hopefully I'm better at it. But so far, it's not been super competitive. We gotten to do some fun things though, which is cool. That's kind of the whole point. I mean, what we really want to see here is just we'll pitch the Vengevine, attack on our turn, or into their turn, pitch the Vengevine, and then we want to be able to otherworldly gaze and put like, and we want to so we want to draw like a Stitcher Supplier, and then with otherworldly gaze, put 2 Vengevines and a Gravecrawler into the graveyard, and then we get all that stuff back. Is that too much to ask? Is that too much to ask? Total power and toughness, 5 or less. So I mean, we can just discard that. I assume they have a fatal push. We'll see. Well, hopefully this nerfs it, because now we have greater than 5. And if they do Fatal Push, that's fine. I mean, it's not ideal, but we did want this in the graveyard anyway, and we can buy that back flash it back for just one additional, so. Use the 2 spell. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Main deck Surgical Extraction. Ouch. I mean, that's just brutal. Alright, well, opponent's prepared for the graveyard. That's another thing. We've played a couple matches where it just feels like some of what our opponents are doing is just hating on us hard. And it's not even necessarily graveyard. Like, fine, graveyard. You're going to play main deck Surgical in a Taxes build? No, that makes sense. But we played a Boros Reckoner deck where it was like we couldn't. They had a way to prevent us from ever dealing damage down to. Is there? Well, we want to otherworldly gaze first, I imagine. Even though we're now. Alright, so we will put this into the graveyard, this into the graveyard, and this into the graveyard. We'll play a land. Go to combat. I just hope we don't run into a lot of Solitudes out of our opponent, who's probably playing Solitude. Wonder. That's a good one for us. And they now know about the Wonder, unfortunately, since they looked through our deck. We'll see how much of it how much attention they were paying to it. Okay, well, we're setting up nicely for a big turn. This is the benefit of having Wonder. Our opponent doesn't have anything on the battlefield anyway, but we're really hoping to dodge more targeted removal. We kind of just want our opponent to play like a dork, some kind of creature that doesn't hose us. Having 2 frogs is nice because we can pitch the Wonder to the one they don't kill to grow it a little bit. Hopefully they can't kill both our frogs. The card draw is pretty essential from the frogs to keep us having any chance of keeping up now with our opponent, who is probably flush with removal. I wonder if they have like a Lily. Thoughtseize. No. Kill spell, I guess. And Deceit. When this creature enters, it spins the guy's target opponent reveals their hand. You choose an land card from it. That player discards that card. So ephemerating the Deceit, I imagine. That's a really good draw for us because this, assuming they're going to ephemerate it, we don't care anymore because we can fly right over. Yeah, we haven't won a lot of games with this deck, even though it's been fun. In blue, they could have returned up to one other target non-land permanent to its understand. They could have bounced our Psychic Frog. Alright, here comes Ephemerate. And yeah, they realized everything has flying. So we were going to hit for 4, 6, 8, 11. I mean, they could have gone one more turn, I think. But okay, that was good for us. Good. Now we know that they're going to bring in even more graveyard aid. So then this is our package for that. How much do we care about? How reactive do we want to be, I guess? Do we just bring in everything? We know they're going to bring out, they're going to take out, they're going to have ways to hose our graveyard. So it's almost, if we're going to do it this way, we almost want to get rid of the Vengevines because now we don't really have any, we don't really have a good way of bringing back the Vengevine when we take out our 1-drops. Alright, so we're doing something very, very much of an alternative sideboard plan here with the idea that we're no longer leaning as heavily on our graveyard to win the game. We do have answers to things like Rest in Peace. No blue source. Well, this is a blue source, but Force Negation. Moonshadow. I think we mulligan. I don't like the looks of that. Keep that. Double Moonshadow or Prized Amalgam. I mean, I like this hand. I wish it would have been our first hand, though. See if there's a Thoughtseize coming our way. Alright, so when I wrote my top 10 modern cards from Lorwyn Eclipse, Moonshadow was my number 1, and I said his best friend or its best friend would be Psychic Frog, and I stand by that. Because we get a pitch. It is when one or more cards are put in the graveyard. So something like Kiora, we discard 2 cards, and even if it's 2 permanents, it will only trigger once. Or like Stitcher Supplier, if we dump 3 permanents into the graveyard, it only triggers the 1 time. Psychic Frog, individual triggers, we can pitch our whole hand to grow it. We're not, there's a Solitude of all things. Into the yard, I wonder. They must have a lot of removal. They're getting rid of a Solitude. Or they're just a lot of removal but needing lands. Because that's one of those that it's a free spell, so even if you need lands. So the like a Rest in Peace would hose our the big block of text. It would stop our Moonshadow from growing. It would also, I mean, I kept the Kioras in not because I'm hoping to get this 8/8, but I'm assuming that because I'm assuming they'll hose our graveyard, but because just for the card draw. Double black. Alright, well, so here comes, they're probably going to get rid of our Assassin's Trophy. Although, you know, honestly, it's a lot of good stuff. Frog is just so powerful that you might want to take the Frog. Then again, double Moonshadow ain't bad. It's a fast clock. I mean, we have a nice hand. We have a nice hand. A lot of good targets for it. I'm having more fun with this. I mean, the last match was just kind of a beatdown. Even partly we got mana screwed in game 1 and game 2. Yeah, just wasn't good for us. Let's put it that way. Now, I'm assuming they also still have a Solitude. It's nice to find an island. So we want to get a black, blue, I suppose. We need a green still, so under. Put that in the graveyard just to continue growing our Moonshadows. And just hope they don't have a Solitude. I have a feeling that next turn is going to be like a Solitude Ephemerate turn for them. Just going to be make us really sad. Because we'll lose both of our Moonshadows that we are working so hard to grow. But if for some reason they don't have that, I'll be pretty happy. I wonder, maybe if we lose, we go back to our fast graveyard plan? I don't know. Overlord. Alright, so now this one they'll probably, it looks like they're going to be ephemerating this. Which I guess we don't like. Now they got their Solitude. That's why they didn't care. Thought sees us. Then they oh, Fatal Push. Alright. So opponents finding their answers. They're managing our board pretty easily. They're going to Solitude away this Moonshadow, I imagine. Yep. Now they're down to 2 cards, so we have some time on this. They already got their value out of it. 2 cards. Let's see if this Kiora can give us, find us something good. Okay, I would have liked to have found a Wonder there or something. That would have made me feel better about our chances. Pitching 2 lands is, I mean, again, we want non-land cards in our graveyard, but not the ones in our hand. The ones in our hand we want to keep. Flicker Wisp, sure. Get your Overlord of the Bale Merc. Get your Deceit back. So far, no graveyard hate out of our opponent, though, which is interesting. So I guess we're kind of hung up on mana here. There's no way we can do both of these spells next turn. And they're not going to bring in Rest in Peace because they are a graveyard deck as well. So I wonder, we'll probably just go back to our graveyard strategy after this. Assuming we don't win here. Which, I mean, we're not in a bad spot. It would be nice to find a fetch land so that we can at least get an 8/8 out of this Kiora. Another Cosmic Waif. Oh, 7 more. I was thinking we needed 8. It's an 8/8, but we need 7. Alright, so that's good for us. And we're hoping that they don't just have a Fatal Push in their hand. That they, oh my god, just another Solitude. So many Solitudes. Are they Solituding themselves? Just to gain their life? Nope. Okay. About to say, that's acceptable. Yeah, just that's, I mean, did I know about it? It is super frustrating from, did they just end up getting the Solitude back again? No, because they have to exile it. Alright, opponent going to 2 cards. Can we dodge them having removal.deck? Are they going to follow it up with a Liliana? Alright, I wonder what they're going to choose. Not Cosmic Goyf, because they don't know about Cosmic Goyf. And they get to exile them, so this is growing our Cosmic Goyfs. I don't think they know about the Cosmic Goyf. So they chose Psychic Frog. So now we're going to have some 6/7s. But only one at a time because of our mana situation. So we might be in a position now if our opponent could just, if we could just dodge some more stupid solitudes, man. I will just say that I'm very tired of solitude in modern. And now we just want to dodge removal. Coming in with the 3/1, no fear. Makes me think they have another removal spell. No longer drawing into the frog. The bow masters. That's one of their last cards. Man, we can't do anything about that. We can fatal push this, but is that the worst? What is the worst card they have? I think it's probably worth fatal pushing. And we should have ran out this island. We don't have any way to discard. I guess we do still have one Kiora. I was thinking we don't really have a good way of discarding our hand. Okay. So go ahead and get this out. So many answers, but Bowmasters is our least frightening, but it does buy them more time. So again, we want to dodge Solitude and Ephemerate, and I think they've cast 2 Solitudes. I don't know why it won't show up in the Exile zone. All right, Maverick86, always a pleasure. I enjoy playing against you, and as much as I hate Solitude, I respect the decks you run. I know you're a brewer too, and I really like that. For cyclesgaming.com, this is Johnny Cycles. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Okay, hello. This is Johnny Cycles with cyclesgaming.com, full-time dad, part-time Magic player. Up against Stanky Janky, the author of um, Changeling Tribal, man. It was so much fun. And I'm trying out Moonshadow and Twilight Diviner in a Vengevine shell. Well, what should we do? Sculpt our draw? Or Otherworldly Gaze? I guess we will see what our opponent does and then go from there. Psychic Frog with double Bloodcast is not a bad hand for us, I would say. So it might be worth just Otherworldly Gazing and not taking a whole turn off. Well, you know, Relic, it's gonna hurt. See if we can't play around it somehow. We will do to the graveyard, and then on top, and on top. And then we need to somehow find a way to get that thing back. But we will start with, I don't know what we do. I mean, we really want this Psychic Frog is probably our best draw. We're gonna wait. I mean, if they want to, they're gonna have to either pull the trigger now. They could wait, but we're gonna hopefully put enough pressure on that they're gonna need to put Skred to. Alright, we will try to keep it alive. Okay, and they have another one. That is fine. So 2 spells to get rid of 1 creature is fine by us, and then hopefully that means we can exile a card from your graveyard. We will exile this Misty Rainforest. So what we really want is a land, I believe. So we want to be able to Psychic Frog, pitch both Bloodghast, and play a land. And that did not happen, which is unfortunate for us. Maybe we should have otherworldly gazed there, I don't know. Sigh. Now our opponent is just going to be able to hold up this relic and wreck us for essentially at any point. We don't want to go all in on it. Because they can still sack it, just they don't have to tap it. We will exile Moonshadow. Alright, that's cool. Chandra's Regulator. And do we really want to do more? We'll see. Kiora, the Rising Tide. Give us a land, baby. A Moonshadow. Should we just do double frog? I'll go ahead and throw out another Moonshadow. Alright, so opponent's down to 2 cards. They're holding down the fort with this relic, but with these 2 cards, we don't care about the relic as much. So I'm going to discard a mountain card or a red card to draw a card. Get rid of untimely malfunction. And we are hoping to dodge things like Anger the Gods. This is really annoying, but they can respawn, right, with everything on the stack. I'm going to do it again, it looks like. What are they going to do? When are they going to pull the trigger? We're giving them a lot of targets. I mean, as soon as we make a land drop, that's when I think it's going to happen. Which we still cannot do. 4, 6. So we can go 4, 6. And so each card pitched is worth 2. 6, 8, 10, 12. We just really want to find a land at this point, though. Alright. There is the land. I thought they would have responded to that, but I guess they don't have a chance to respond. Not really sure. They have the anger. 4. So that's probably why. We just want to keep everything alive. This is such a good card for us, though. Alright, so I mean, they're going to get rid of our graveyard stuff, which is fine. It's annoying. We're going to keep around our big threats that don't care about the graveyard. Another relic. Alright, well, they're dead on board if they don't have an answer, which looks like their funnel. Nope, okay. They're just digging. Alright, did we get through the main deck relics? We also could have just done the Misty Rainforest to keep this alive, but it wouldn't have kept this alive. Alright, then we did it. Woo! Alright, love it. Managed to fight through the hate. Opponent was definitely in a position of, I think, playing reactively, and even with the relic, it wasn't enough. So that's what we're doing here. Alright, Cosmogoyf's in. And Assassin's Trophy could be good. Consigned to Memory hoses the relic. Does it hose anything else? I don't know. Maybe that's too reactive? Maybe we'd rather have Force Negations over the Consigned to Memory. And then what we take out are Vengevines. And do we take out the prized amalgams? Do they have any targets with Fatal Push? Surely they do, right? Alright. So mono red, Blood Moon is going to wreck us, unfortunately. So we need to keep that in mind. Play around Blood Moon. And then gotta mulligan that. 1. All these cards are amazing. This is amazing. This is amazing. We need that. This is great. This is probably our worst card, but it also answers. Alright. A relic. If they have a main, if they have a turn 1 relic. I hate to get rid of that, but we really need to shape our draw here with Otherworldly Gaze. So that was our sideboard plan. Well. Do we just go get an island? I mean, if we get an island, we can't even. I think we have to. I think we have to play around Blood Moon. It pains me, but we got to do it. So we're really hoping to find fetch lands, Gravecrawler. So this can go into the graveyard. This can go on top. Okay, well, I mean, it's not a fetch land, but it does give us something to do with our blue source to help find something, I guess. We would have rather had a swamp there. Can kind of live without four. Well, really, we need it all. So we need it all. The Assassin's Trophy can answer that. Should we find a land? We also now just have things we can pitch to the Psychic Frog. I'm not sure we want to go that route yet. Because then we end up pitching a lot of stuff that we want. Alright, well, I mean, that's all going into the graveyard. It's terrible, but really, honestly, with this Cosmogoyf, we're okay with him exiling everything if we can just find, if we can dodge Fatal, if we can dodge a Blood Moon. And they may not be a Blood Moon deck. Squee. Alright. Let us find, please, a land, please. I don't even know what we'd want an Assassin's Trophy, to be honest. We could just get rid of the Saga, but then it ramps them. Not getting rid of the Saga, we might just die to the constructs, so we're just playing in Fear Blood Moon has been a problem. It's been a big problem for us. And at this point, I mean, we got to do something. We got to get the card draw going. I a rules change with sagas and Blood Moon. Interesting. I'm very curious now. I'm assuming that this doesn't go away. But I don't remember when I didn't see anything about that. Well, I have a feeling if we lose this game, which at this point is not looking good for us, I imagine it's going to be on the back of playing in Fear Blood Moon. If we'd gotten a blue-black source here, we would have gotten everything would have come together a little bit easier for us. But on the other hand, I mean, you're playing against mono red. Man. So it doesn't kill Urza Saga, it just keeps it at the chapter. So now if our opponent blood moons, and then it just stays at chapter 2, that doesn't make any sense. I guess it makes sense. I mean, it's a game, they make up their own rules. And that the saga part of it is the enchantment part. So then I guess it becomes a mountain somehow that can still make constructs. Interesting. Well, we have the Assassin's Trophy, but we can't cast it. And well, we could just block, but I don't think so. So Psychic Frog and Cosmogoyf are also friends. Fry. The spell can't be countered. Deals 5 damage to target creature playing Walker. That's white or blue. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This gets up to a 6. They probably have another kill spell. Do we just let it go? Probably. Just growing our Cosmogoyf, baby. Stitcher Supplier. Alright, what do we got here? We cannot seem to buy a land. Alright, Gravecrawler. I wish we could just draw a card. We're really struggling over here to do anything. And now we're gonna get Urza Saga beats here, and that's gonna be bad. Yeah. Alright, I'm not even sure what. I mean, we're not dead by any means. We can play a Cosmogoyf and start trying to shut down a lot of stuff. This island is really mocking us, though. Down to 8. So we go to 7 to get a mountain, or sorry, to get a swamp. Play a Cosmogoyf, and then just hope not to die. 6. Just could not find a land. I mean, oof. Okay, what can we do instead? Do we care? Cosmogoyf stays in. Assassin's Trophy seems pretty good. I don't think we really need to do anything different. We can try to fight through our opponent's graveyard hate, but I think we just run it back. One, two, three, 4 lands, and we have. All right, well, we have the mountain. We need an island. We have that. All right, so Hedge Maze comes in. We don't care about the relic because we have the Cosmogoyf, so we kind of want them to relic us. We'll put that into the graveyard. I don't think we need any more lands. Having basic mount, or God, I keep saying basic mountain for some reason. Probably because I'm thinking of Blood Moon making everything into mountains. Having a basic swamp is good. Shadow Spear, that's bad. Just naturally drawn. Well, that's not bad for us either. I think if we had had a black source there, if we could have played the underground mortuary, if this had been a black source, we would have ran out the Moonshadow, I believe. But we'll see. So these 3 cards really don't care about exiling the graveyard. Hey, naturally drawing that island. Not bad, not bad. Oh, do you think they're going to force a negation us? Or do you think they're going to kill us with something? I can't talk. Do you think they're going to do something with that force a negation? Do you think they're going to cast something that will make us want to play this force a negation? We'll play the island first. Go to combat. The question was, do we want an underground mortuary there? Okay. Stitcher Supplier. I kind of just want to keep the force negation up. We can pitch most of our hand. Might have should have done that already, but I kind of wanted to keep. I don't think we're going to win a race right now. I think it's okay for us to play it a little bit slow, especially because of that. Even though we already found an island in a swamp, that's often all we need. Another force negation. So this time I think we will pitch. this. Pitch. I think we'll be done. I think we'll just do that too. If we find an untapped source, ooh. Well, that's not bad. Alright, well, we still have to live in fear of that saga, which is not great, because now they can start pumping out constructs. However, with Force of Negation up, we can at least counter some stuff. They can do one construct, which is fine, when you think about... We could use an Assassin's Trophy to get rid of that Shadow Spear, because that lifelink is going to be painful after a while. I'm going to go get probably a relic, I imagine. Three damage. So we have to pitch 1, 2, 3 cards, or we can just Force a Negation it. Okay. There's the Assassin's Trophy. That was right on time for this Shadow Spear. Black, or so green, black for the Assassin's Trophy. This is a 2/3. We're hitting our land drop, so we can go green and black. Play the Cosmogoyf. Thought there was more exiled, but only one card exiled so far. But we can exile any number with our Psychic Frog to give it flying. Another one. This guy's going to be a 4/5. Targeting this thing. There's not much we can do about that. I mean, I think we can just kill them at this point. Because what we can do is just forest it up. We could just keep growing this, but Kill the Shadow Spear. Grow the Goyf as a 7/8, and then we just take the damage because we don't care. Alright, Stanky Janky, it's been fun. Always a pleasure to play you. For cyclesgaming.com, this is Johnny Cycles. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Hello, hello. This is Johnny Cycles with cyclesgaming.com. Part-time Magic player, full-time dad. And we will keep playing a Vengevine build with Twilight Diviner and Moonshadow. I think we'll put that one on the bottom. I really think we're going to need to sculpt our draw, unfortunately. So Maverick 86, nice to see you again. I've played you a bunch, and it's always fun. Maverick likes to play a lot of brews slash, like brewing in the sense of not total jank and off the wall, but like decks to beat the meta or certain strategies. So similar to what I do as far as you're not trying to avoid certain like MH cards just out of like principle, but you are trying to play something unique within the meta. We just played a match, won't spoil it. He was playing Orzhov, I was playing this, and now we're running it back with a new deck. It's always nice to play against people you've seen before. Alright, Steam Vents. We're going to get a black and a blue source, perhaps. Yeah, so this basic forest is kind of awkward for us. Gosh, we really want the frog. The frog is one of our best draws, so we're going to take it. And then we will, unfortunately, just hopefully not mill a bunch of lands. Let's just put it that way. You can't. I mean, all right. Wonder. Nice. It's got flying now. We just can't put the frog in the graveyard. It's too powerful. It's like the rug that ties this deck together. It gives us a way to pitch all of our grave crawlers. I mean, all we have to do next turn is if we find a blue or black source, frog it up, pitch both grave crawlers, grow them, then we can recast the grave crawlers for value. It's just, it's busted. What can I say? It's busted, and I think we can have 6 now because, but yeah, the awkward forest. Alright, Quarry Steel Cutter. Yeah, the Flying of Wonder might be a big thing right now. Now they know what we're drawing. Trample Haste. We just want it in the yard. We want to fill our graveyard, so Moonshadow, Vengevine, Moonshadow. So there were no fetch lands coming. Give us a land, baby. Yes, it's a land. I think we just want black and blue again. Honestly, like, if we can survive, which we should, preordain, yeah. We want a Twilight Diviner because then we set ourselves up for a really good draw, a really good turn. Although really, even just getting Vengevine back next turn with double Gravecrawler is pretty good. Another preordain, sure. The race is on. Some hasty big creatures. It's 5 damage coming through. That's a 3-turn clock. And we got a lot of unblockables. Or sorry, a lot of creatures that can't block. Let me think. I need to decide what to do. So pitch 1 Gravecrawler to give this a counter. Play another Gravecrawler. Then play the other one from the yard. Get the Vengevine back. I guess Fatal Push would not be such a bad draw for us, just to try to stop the bleeding a little bit. Alright. That was good. Let's see what our opponents follow up. Alright, so they shocked themselves with a breeding pool. Interesting. That's a good draw for us. So now we can do both. Twilight Diviner, Gravecrawler, double at the Vengevine. Hopefully they don't have any sort of shenanigans. I mean, no, the stack. I might have messed up the stack. Because we want it to be, I think that's, I think that was, I'm not sure what happened there. Not sure if I can stack it in a way that the Vengevine this is on the battlefield first. I don't think so, because it's a cast trigger. That's okay. Gonna draw that land, which we already played a land this turn. Okay, we're doing it, folks. We are doing it, and it is awesome. Our opponent missing the red source, I guess, because they could have bolted our frog, I think, or some point of damage to it. But hey, I'll take it. Mold a 5 from our opponent, and they're under a ton of pressure now, but they've managed to put us under a significant amount of pressure too. Even though I imagine it feels like on their end that we're just running away with it a little bit. But 5 cards in hand, they could be a lot of busted things over there. And this quarry steel cutter is always can kind of like it can kind of win from nowhere, but I'm not sure if that. Okay, return target non permitted. It's going up to the frog, I guess. We don't bolt our Twilight Diviner. Okay. Yeah, I think you have to get the. I think you have to bolt the Twilight Diviner because they know we have the frog and they know we can get the um, Gravecrawler back. And that's a lot of damage. Alright, they have a spell snare. But I think where they're still dead. Yeah. So that was a tough spot for them to be in because of the what just happened. So they had the spell snare for the Psychic Frog, and thankfully with Vengevine it doesn't mean they don't have to enter the battlefield, it's a cast trigger. So if they killed the Twilight Diviner and spell snared the Psychic Frog, we would have had 2/6 damage on the battlefield, taking them down to 3, and I think we might not have gotten, well, we would have had the Bloodghast. So I don't know, that's tough, that was a tough spot. Okay, what do we want to do against them? Uh, Assassin's Trophy can answer Quarry Steelcutter. I like the Abigails. And then oh man, what do we want to do? Consign to memory. That's not a. It's not a colorless. It does. All right. Maybe the force negations are the. What's our opponent going to bring in? They're not going to have a ton of graveyard hate. They'll have like some. They'll have some amount of graveyard hate, I think. So 7 cards. Um, Just run it back. I don't want to get. Don't want to water down our graveyard combo completely because our opponent isn't going to be able to hose our graveyard for. I don't think they can hose our graveyard permanently. I think it's going to be like in response, in response. And we do have this little combo. Do we risk it? Do we risk it? We're gonna keep it. We're doing it. We're gonna We're going to find something with this underground mortuary. We're going to find a land. We got a bunch of dead cards though. I can't resist this combo. They can totally respond with like a lightning bolt. And we can't force on. Alright. It's a land. So do we just want to run out the Moonshadow right away? I don't think so. Prized Amalgam can go into the graveyard. So we could play it slow. If we end up finding a land off the top here, we could just take a turn to sculpt art. We could even just do that no matter what. And just try to find a third land with this Misty Rainforest and run out Moonshadow into Abigail. Alright, Boomerang Basics. Draw a card. Gonna get another otter token. This can be a lot of pressure, but this lifelink, man, it might be enough. We'll see. Alright, we found not another land. This doesn't tap for blue, unfortunately. So we're going to run out the Moonshadow. And we are going to trust that either our opponent won't be able to kill it with a bolt, thanks to this. Nah, I forgot Otherworldly Gaze. This does not do what I want it to do. So yeah, we're just hoping they don't have a bolt. Preordain. But this does give us the most upside if for some reason they do not have interaction and they tap out. Then, if we find a land, Abigail becomes just busted. This becomes a 7/7 flying first strike lifelink. Another Storm Chaser's talent. Yeah, good. Please no bolts. I guess we have the Force of Negation for the bolt. Should they want to do that now. Maybe this will force their hand and then we can keep it alive and find a land. That's good because it takes the flashback off. But man, that's a big turn. They're going to hit us big time. We really need to find a land here. That's 8. I mean, that's so much damage. Alright, so we're taking 8 going to 8. So do we dare go to 6 just so that we can otherworldly gaze to try to find another land? I think so. We gotta find a black source to have a chance, I think. No, we don't need to find a black source because we don't need triple black source anymore. So we're going to put, I think we're going to put Moonshadow on into the library, on top of your library. Alright, I don't think that's right, but okay, whatever. That's what we're doing. Sigh. Alright, that was it. That was a big turn. Now, can our opponent still kill us from here? They're still doing something. Surgical extraction. Man, that's a lot of damage. That they know the Abigail's coming now. And they shuffle away our fatal push. That's okay. We weren't overly excited to draw that anyway, to be honest. Alright, what else you got, man? This is another surgical going for... we're just dead, I think. Are we just dead? 12. Not dead yet. Woo! That's... I don't think we're dead yet. Do they have another free spell? It still only has... I don't understand why it didn't just lose all of its abilities. Guess it does not work the way that we had hoped. Okay, well, I really thought that that would make this into a 7/7, but I suppose all this other text comes... The -1/-1 counters remain on it. It's not like Death Shadow. That makes sense, I suppose. A Lava Dart. That's a lot of Prowess triggers. Is there a way out of this? Killing... Okay, not anymore. 2, 4, 6. That's a good game. Okay, let's go back to our other plan. Alright, Maverick, gotta get back to work, understand, and it's been fun playing with you for cyclesgaming.com. This is Johnny Cycles. I'll catch y'all on the next one.